Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first Fortnite Mobile news video of 2024. I'm not ashamed to be saying that, but if you told me back in 2020, when all this is going on, that 4 years later, I would still be covering Fortnite Mobile, I mean, by now I would have hoped that all of this would have been resolved, but no, the game is still banned on iOS, it's still banned on the Google Play Store, and we'll be talking about that later, even though that Epic Games just beat Google in the lawsuit, and how that will hopefully positively affect some things going forward. But that all these years later, pretty much nothing has changed. And although I wish I had some new news and information for you guys, what I really want to talk about today is actually a piece of news and information I've been reporting on for the last year or so that turned out to be a big fat lie. And also the consequences of that lie and just the current state of Fortnite Mobile as a whole, because there is a post put out by one of the last remaining Fortnite Mobile content creators that really just put into perspective the entire state of the game, or I guess the state of the platform put in comparison to the game as a whole. And so we'll talk about that later on in the video. But for now, I want to talk about this tweet right here. This is a tweet that I've covered multiple times on my channel, and it was one by Tim Sweeney on December 31st, 2022 that says next year on iOS. And then he replied to himself, I believe like the next day, it looks like on January 1st, 2023, of an in-game screenshot from Fortnite where he's looking up at the sky, looking at fireworks, where it says 2023 in the sky. Now, I did some digging, and the only thing he could be referring to was the return of Fortnite Mobile to iOS in the App Store, because at this time, NVIDIA GeForce Now was already out, Xbox Cloud Gaming was already out, and the Amazon Luna cloud gaming platform was already out. So there is no new cloud gaming services planned to be released within the year of 2023. And so the only thing this tweet could have meant was that the game was going to be returning to the iOS App Store, and this was huge news. I covered it. The tweet itself has over 1.8 million views. There were tons of other huge YouTubers that covered this. All in all, I believe millions and millions of people saw this tweet and then believed that Fortnite Mobile was returning to the iOS App Store within 2023. And well, it's 2024, and as we all can see by looking at our phones, the game is not here, which really just kind of makes me question this tweet and why Tim Sweeney would post this, because if he knew something, one, I don't think he could probably tweet this, like legally, if he knew something that the rest of the world didn't in regards to the lawsuit, or maybe about sideloading coming to the App Store with the new EU laws and regulations that we've been talking about, like maybe he could tweet this and like tease this. But then again, those new laws and regulations won't go into effect for a few more months, and then even then, people are saying that the game might not return to the App Store till like summer or maybe even fall of this year. And so even then, he would have been, by his best guesses, like 6 to 9 months off of his best predictions. And so even then, legally, I'm not even sure if he could tweet all of this. So I'm just very confused, like of his best guesses, if he could tweet this, and if he knew something the rest of us didn't, I don't know why he'd tweet this, because he got everyone super hyped up and then it just fell flat on its face. The tweet was a lie. And again, if he wasn't talking about Fortnite Mobile on iOS, I don't know why he would reply with a picture of Fortnite Mobile or a picture of Fortnite to his tweet talking about iOS. And so it was just a very confusing thing. I reported on this multiple times. I used this as a credible fact multiple times that Fortnite Mobile might be returning to iOS. And so I apologize for this, but I was just reporting from what the CEO of Epic Games and the creator of Fortnite was saying about the game returning to iOS. So I apologize on his behalf of lying to us about maybe the return of the game, because already this year I have had people reach out to me on Twitter and Instagram saying, yo, Ducky, I thought the game was supposed to release on iOS. And I'm saying, yo, why'd you say that? And they're saying, yo, what about the tweet Tim Sweeney released? And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. He did kind of do that, didn't he? So yeah, no clue when Fortnite Mobile is going to be released on iOS. But to switch gears a little bit, Fortnite has been seeing a huge swing in popularity. I mean, the game was always popular. It's never been like dead, as some people have been claiming it to be, but it has been incredibly popular recently. Over the last month in December, averaging player counts between like 3 and 6 million players online, which is insane for a game. And especially with the huge news of of Epic Games recently defeating Google in court on basically all counts and taking a victory royale, that means things should be looking up for Fortnite Mobile into the new year. And that reflecting back on 2023, things might be heating up for a pretty good 2024 for Fortnite Mobile. Well, I wish that were true. And obviously, I have no clue how 2024 is going to shape up, but I want to spend the rest of the video reflecting on how the last year has been for Fortnite Mobile, because if we can take anything over the last 3 years, it's been Epic Games has been very predictable in how it's treated the Fortnite Mobile player base, and they've basically had one mentality, and that's just ignore the fact that Fortnite Mobile even exists. Because when it comes to community engagement, support, optimization, tournaments, anything the game used to have going for it before the bans, that basically has gone out the window. And I get it, the game used to be making $1 billion a year before Tim Sweeney decided to do what he did. And again, I'm not blaming his decisions, but over the last 3 years, and more importantly, over the last year in particular, the mobile community has received a whopping 1 mobile exclusive tournament. Compare that to before the ban, when the mobile platform would receive weekly, and yes, weekly multi-regional mobile platform cash cups, where there would be tens of thousands of dollars of money on the line. We also don't even have the ability to play in console cash cups anymore, or I guess we might have never. Well, no, we did actually have the ability to play in FNCS console cash cups for a while when we were on iOS. So back in the day in 2020, when FNCS came out, mobile players, we didn't get our own FNCS, and so we were grouped up with console players. But now for some reason, just recently, or I'm not sure how long this has been going on, but it's been decided that Android players, we can't play in the console champions cup. And it looks like a community manager actually responded on Reddit and said Android is not considered a console, so unfortunately we cannot participate in console cups. So not only are we not getting our own mobile exclusive tournaments, we're not even allowed to participate in the console tournaments, which we're not even a part of consoles anymore, which mobile isn't even a console. And I will agree with him on that part. An Android phone or tablet is not a gaming console. So the competitive side of Fortnite Mobile is definitely the worst it's ever been, with just 1 exclusive tournament in the last year, and there was $0 to be earned. It was just for free skins, by the way. But even if you're someone who literally has never played a tournament in their life, never touched arena, couldn't care less about competitive, even you probably haven't been having the best time on Fortnite Mobile, because depending on the update, your device could play the game amazingly. It could have the butteriest, smoothest performance of all time, and then the next update you could get on and your game just feels like you went out and bought the worst possible Android phone imaginable. Because I know myself, as someone with like 15 different Android devices, depending on the day, depending on the update, depending on the season, depending on the chapter, there's so many variables. I've had devices that literally should be getting 90 FPS. I update my game, they get 60 FPS, and then it makes my device run so hot that I get 45 FPS. And so even as a casual player, I know people who just want to enjoy the game, but the performance, the graphics, the optimization, the gameplay as a whole, just the quality, I don't know if it's because they keep pushing the limits of what's possible with the game and the mobile platform is just trying to keep up. But even the casual players, I know from speaking to them, they're kind of struggling with everyone else as well. And so it feels like the Fortnite mobile platform, we went from this like band of misfits, you know, people who were choosing to play on, you know, phones and tablets and with our fingers, and we didn't want to play with controllers. We didn't have a PC, we didn't have a console, and phones is all we had, and we made the best of it. And we, you know, we made money playing competitive, and we still be PC players, we still be console players, we were still better than them on our phones. You know, from speaking to the people who still play this game day in and day out, even they're getting more and more frustrated. And so all this to be said, Fortnite Mobile is in a very weird spot right now, where on one hand, Tim Sweeney was like, yo, we're gonna get Fortnite Mobile on iOS in 2023. Just didn't happen. Just kind of lied to everyone. Whether or not that was intention, I don't think it was his intention. And then on the other hand, we're probably coming off the back of the worst year of Fortnite Mobile I've ever seen, with the least amount of tournaments, the least amount of community engagement, the least amount of involvement from Epic or anything like that. It really feels like if they could, at least right here, right now, Epic Games would just kind of forget the mobile platform exists. And I know that's not true, but that's just how it feels as a player of the platform. It really feels like it's been like 3 years since there's been like any solid updates. A few months ago, there was a pretty decent graphics update, but even then, it feels like that's like the only solid update we've gotten like 3 years. So listen, I try to make these videos as positive as I can, but it's really hard when we're going on year 4 of this game. That's insane. I'm just laughing because it's so insane to say that out loud. Year 4 of this whole nonsense going on. Every time I feel like we're close to this being done, it just drags out further and further. And again, with Fortnite doing literally so well, the game is doing better than it's ever done. It's crazy to see Fortnite Mobile at like the lowest it's ever been, which is like, I don't know how you have the main game be so high. The highs are so high, but the lows, they're so low. Like, this gap should not be this big. And one of the reasons I wanted to make this video in the first place was I saw a community post from Percep. In my opinion, they are the most active Fortnite Mobile content creator left in the scene, and they're content creator with only 13,000 subscribers. And I feel like that just speaks to the volumes of the support that Epic Games has given the mobile community. If the most active content creator has 13,000 subscribers, not putting anything down to Percep, he's the GOAT. But you know, we compare that to the most active PC content creators where they have like 10 million followers, and compare that to 10,000. That disparity shouldn't really be there. But as I read this, I think you might understand why that is. But Percep said, how big the struggles of mobile really has hit me today. Bugs, low FPS, freezes, little to no community interaction from Epic, and this being on a 2-week break out of all times. These complaints are coming from a Tab S9 user too. Can only imagine the agony of playing on lower end to mid-end devices. Keep on pushing. I see you guys and commend you greatly. Genuinely question why I play the game. In comparison to other mobile esports, there's no prize pool, little active work on the game, no mobile tournaments, basically no Epic-induced incentive to play. And on top of that, a whole platform is banned and has been banned for 3 years. When do you hear about that happening? Would be lying if I said I didn't want to quit in that moment. Sometimes this content and gameplay grind can feel like it's all for nothing, a waste of time and effort. Why not just take the easy way out, switch to the next newest game, and give up on the game that's given up on me? And then I remembered who hasn't. You guys. Now I feel like those 3 paragraphs, literally I could read those, start and stop the video, and that would be the summation of Fortnite Mobile as a whole. The game and the platform has basically given me my career, and at the same time it has been single-handedly the most frustrating thing to watch and participate in over the last few years, because like you said, there's no prize pool, there's no esports, there's no active work on the game, there's no tournaments, there's no incentive to play the game. There's a banned platform. Even buying the best tablet in the world, it still runs like dog crap half the time, and it's like, what's this all for? So I'll leave you guys with that. Not gonna yap on anymore. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Maybe 2024 is gonna be the comeback. Maybe this is the year Fortnite Mobile returns to glory. But if there's one thing Fortnite Mobile is great at, it's absolutely destroying any hopes and dreams you have. We'll see if that actually comes true. I'll see you guys in the next one. Spinball, DuckyTheGamer, and doses.